The tackle is an exciting and dynamic part of rugby. A tackle occurs when a ball carrier is held by one or more defenders and is brought to the ground. Although it is a point of impact and a physical contest, focusing on basic techniques of safe tackling can ensure all players are able to enjoy the game without injury.
We're going to work on confidence and contact on the ground. So when a player is being tackled, proper way to go to the ground to prevent injury and go to the ground in a safe manner. So as Nick's going to the ground, he makes contact first with his knees, then contact with his hips, then with his shoulders. You will have noticed that Nick didn't put out his arm here to brace the fall because that leaves him open to injury. He keeps everything nice and tight, so when he goes to the ground, he's in a solid position. So what we're going to go over right now is going to be our tackling technique. We're going to work on a side-on tackle. Key factor for our defender is that he has to be in a good body position as he's approaching, so he's in a nice low position, strong position as he comes in. He's going to make contact with his near shoulder and make contact with his near foot. Then he will drive the back foot through, taking him to the ground. So as we come into contact, the tackler will be down. He's stepping, stay there. He's stepping with the near foot, hitting with the near shoulder. Some people would say cheek to cheek. So once he makes this contact, he'll drive this leg through to try to drive him back, and then roll, take him to the ground.
Tackle safety is key to a great rugby match. As referees, we want to make sure that we're taking care of the players and that they're taking care of each other. Most tackles in a rugby match will happen, and the impact will happen somewhere between the chest and the knees. And that's really where we want to keep the tackle area, because that'll keep the tackler safe as well, will keep the ball carrier safe. Every once in a while though, it doesn't happen quite like we want it to. So as a tackler comes in, they might end up contacting a little high on the body. So this is where their initial impact will come and hit a ball carrier high on their body. It could be in their upper chest, or it could even be as high as the head and neck area. This is something we need to make sure that we take care of and get out of the game. Most of the time it's inadvertent, but it's still something we have to immediately stop, make sure players are okay, and usually we're going to penalize or potentially have to card a player due to foul play. So again, as these players come in, any kind of contact with the head or neck as they come in for the tackle is liable for penalty. We want to make sure that the shoulder line is nice and low on that tackle. Another thing we might see is the arm drops back as they make the impact. So as they come in with the shoulder, they're not actually wrapping with that arm. This shoulder impact is something as well, very dangerous. We need to make sure that we manage this, penalize it, and get it out of that game. Some players will come in as well with the shoulder and then shoot the arm later. This is still something we really need to get rid of. Having that arm in a nice strong position while you're tackling will show the referee you're ready to tackle, you're ready to make that full wrap. The third kind of tackle we want to show you that is currently being removed from the game is called a grass cutter tackle. So it's nice and low. As the player comes in, they're really just diving at the legs of this ball carrier. We're finding this to be very dangerous, liable for injury on the ball carrier especially, and even the tackler themselves, you don't know what's going to be happening with that head and neck area. So we want to make sure that they're hitting knee level or above. Anything below that is really a difficult and a dangerous tackle. And always make sure that they're wrapping up in those tackles. Another kind of tackle that's been removed from the game, but we still see it happen now and again, is what we call a tip tackle. This is where a ball carrier ends up getting upended the wrong way. So as a tackler comes in, makes a nice and low tackle usually, and then there's a lift that happens, and as this person starts to turn, their head and their hips get reversed. That's something that's very dangerous. We need to make sure that we're stopping it immediately as it's happening before they actually can do it. Player safety and welfare is all our responsibility, especially around the tackle area. We want to make sure players are having a safe and enjoyable match, and they're taking care of each other and the game. Please refer to the USA Rugby Game Management Guidelines for all the rules and the laws around tackle safety. It'll tell you what tackles to avoid, how to adjudicate them as a referee, and of course, players and coaches, what to look for on a field.
At usarugby.org, remember, learning and teaching safe rugby is all our responsibility.